I remember like the really big moments that made me uh like just emote loudly where with the sound with the sound video game and the entire auditorium of people clapping. That was a big payoff. I loved the end where damn, I can't remember much.
Let's not
I might
spoil the end for the good folks here that want to watch Sakura So later.
I might downgrade that score to be honest. Let's see. Spirited Away.
Spirit Away deserves it. Spirit Away's
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
I like.
Serial.
I
Oh
haven't
wait, no.
seen So Experiments Lane yet.
Yeah, yeah. I gave it a 9. I just realized that. Shirobako. Digi has great reasons to like that. I'd say go to him. I'm not as qualified.
Uh, I,
Tomoko love what?
I love Shirobako as well, but I didn't realize how much I loved it until like I was looking when I was watching it at the same time I was watching Local Horizon season 2 as it aired, and I realized I was looking forward to Shirobako episodes more. And then I was like, is this show like a masterpiece? And I just didn't realize because I
Yeah,
loved everyone, and I thought just every decision the show was making was perfect, and it never faltered. And I'm like, who is the studio that's like holding this show together so perfectly? And it was
yeah,
PA Works, and then I watched Glasslit.
yeah. Let's see. Tomoko Market and Tomoko Love Story. I would probably say that Tomoko Love Story was the slowest thing to grow on me ever. It took me like 5 months. Like I watched it right after watching Tomoko Market, which I watched right after K-On, which probably influenced the score a bit.
Yeah,
Um,
the best compliment I could give K on no Tomoko Market is it's taking it's like a semi sequel to K on taking its ideas and just doing more with them. Like it's from all the same talent. It has a similar vibe, but it's not about friends. It's about community, and
yeah,
it nails it. Like I talked about Barakamon doing community, but Tomoko Market is the show that nails it. Like
yeah,
it feels very real.
yeah. And Tomoko Love Story took a while to get into because I was of the opinion that the best ship was between Midori and Tomoko,
I
and
just liked the fact that Midori liked Tomoko. I didn't want them
I
to be a couple at all.
I grew less stubborn, and after reading some analytical writing from friends of Digi, I just I just loved it. It was amazing the second watch, and now I have it on my PS3, and sadly the Japanese Blu-ray is way too much because I'm a 16-year-old. So yeah, kind of feel bad about that.
I
Gurren Lagann is great. I
yeah.
liked it.
In fact, let's go
Uh,
for it. We're going for a fourth part. Why not?
yeah, it won't be as long as the other three though.
All right, I could just divide them up in a way that makes more sense.
Yeah. So I guess it's starting now. Part 4, everyone.
Part four. Eh.
Uh, uh,
Gurren Lagann deserves everything it's gotten. Like
yeah.
I watched it not too long ago. I watched it like 5 months ago, and I heard a lot about it, and I just loved it as much as everyone else, which is so rare. I loved it just as much as everyone else, and I was watching it. I was excited about everything. Every moment, I was happy. I liked the
I
rescue arc as well. Like most people don't, but I did.
I don't. That's why that's one of the big reasons why I'm like, okay, Kill La Kill is probably better because Kill La Kill was infinitely satisfying all the way through, whereas with Gurren Lagann, that Rossio arc really pissed me off. I'm
What
like,
didn't you like about the rescue arc?
I couldn't fucking stand Rossio, and I understand the thematic thing behind it. I'm not going to question that. But if someone is an asshole for thematic reasons, they're still an asshole, and they're
Yeah,
still fun to watch. I
but
gave it a 10. I gave it a 10 because it deserved it, and it did make Rossio a really good asshole. Um,
a
but
really good asshole indeed.
yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't stand him during that arc. I wanted to punch him in the face.
The thing with Rossyu is that one thing I noticed while watching is that Rossyu he never had bad intentions. He always wanted he never had like a sinister look in his eyes, and I kept noticing he kept feeling really warm, like he wanted the best for the world. He wanted to be a good leader. He just thought he was doing the right thing.
Yeah,
And
I understand
he
that.
was legitimately doing his very best. I only realized that as the first time I noticed it, I started seeing the signs everywhere. Like he's not a bad person.
I
He's not
understand.
going to be the final boss at any point because he's a good guy. Like the
I
girl that
understand.
ends up respecting him and loving him, it felt real, and he was
Yeah,
conflicted by what he was doing, but he was forced because he was in a position of power.
yeah,
So he
yeah,
was not a bad person, and
yeah,
everybody
and
forgives him.
yeah, and of course I understand this, and I I understand that he just had the best of intentions, but the way he spoke during it and his rationalization for his actions didn't make sense to me, and all I could do during the entire time is was say, "Well, how about this? Well, how about this?" Can't remember much of it, but I remember doing that during watching it, where it was, "Well, how about this? Why aren't you taking this into consideration?" Uh,
His
that's some
priority was getting, because the world was under attack. He needed the people under control, and if they killed him, and then everybody's happy with that, then suddenly everyone's listening to him, and it did work. Everybody was listening to Rossyu. They wanted to, if you told them to get on some spaceship, they'd do it. So
yeah,
people did start respecting him. It clearly
I know,
did work.
I
It
know,
was just unpleasant.
yeah,
So,
yeah, he unpleasant, yeah,
and
I probably,
also, I just loved seeing the effects of everything that happened. Like, it felt like a bit of Dragon Ball Super, like,
yeah,
for a
it
few
was,
episodes. Like, everybody had this sense of stability, and people actually succeeded. Like, the last 14 episodes actually did something. And that blew my mind. That's when I started thinking. Like,
yeah,
that's what I love about Gurren Lagann. It feels. It's all prepped up to feel like a legend. It feels like this
yeah,
big legend is being relayed to
yeah,
the viewer. So,
yeah, I loved it.
and that's why I love the
Um,
finale as well. The finale is like one of my favorite anime finales.
yeah. The next 10, there she is. It's a
Ooh,
short,
there she is. Oh wow, I saw this recently. I just watched the whole thing on YouTube. It was like a half-hour HD video. It was just a
yeah,
cute bunny, and I clicked on it. I was enjoying it. I was enjoying it. Then I started noticing a little bit of sinisterness, and then
yeah,
wow, it got
yeah,
good. It got really good. Like
yeah,
there she is beautiful. I need to
yeah,
show this to some kids or something. I need to show it
yeah,
to younger cousins and family, and just like have everybody watch these rabbits and cats be
yeah.
friends.
It
It's a
was
lovely thing.
it was amazing, and I got the recommendation from Goat Jesus.
Yeah, and then I
Uh,
noticed that Goat Jesus had a video. I'm like, wow, people know this. It's not just me. It just showed up on
yeah,
my recommended feed.
yeah. It was really great, and I loved it, and it was fun. Actually, let's talk about Toradora for a second. Uh, I love Toradora.
Toradora is messy for me because when I first watched it, I liked it a lot because it was like
Yeah,
it was probably the first romance show I saw. It's the first romance show that most people saw actually.
yeah.
So I watched
First
it and I
romance show
really
I
enjoyed
saw.
it. And then I watched it again and I realized the second half things like get strange and
Yeah,
suddenly characters are like screaming and crying and throwing their hands all over and it gets really like kind of like Effatella Memories or something. It turns into an
I
anime drama instead of a romantic comedy, and I feel like the
see.
characters feel stakes much higher than I do. Like I
Um,
don't care nearly
I
as much as they do.
Well, I mean, okay. As speaking as someone who's in high school, it probably works better for me than it does for you.
Yeah, I
But
guess.
uh, and the other thing is that if something is important to the characters, I'm going to feel the importance of it because they will demonstrate it.
Yeah,
This
watch
is a major
Glossip and tell me that.
yeah. Well, okay. If I need to care about the characters first, of course.
Yeah.
Um, and this is a big complaint that Snob had about Hibike Euphonium, where it's like, oh, well, it's just high school and the stakes aren't very high. Um,
Yeah, that
and
was such a confusing comment to me because he said he doesn't like shows with he likes shows with super high stakes, and then he mentioned Evangelion, and I thought to myself, but Eva is literally about having the lowest stakes. Like that's the whole that's the irony of it. Shinji's most
well, to be
intimate
fair, the
feelings.
world was in danger.
Yeah, but it's Shinji's most intimate feelings having effects
Yeah,
on the entire world. That
yeah,
the final episodes literally take place in his head. Nothing. It's not. It's about. It's low stakes presented in the form of a show with giant stakes. That's Ava's kind of mission statement. It
yeah.
taking all these personal interpersonal problems and then presenting them as this giant world shattering event. So he likes it. That by saying that he's suggesting that he literally likes it for the robots and the things blowing up. So that's
Well, I mean,
really strange.
I don't think that's what he suggests. I think Snob has the best of intentions in liking Ava. I think he understands Ava, and I think he understands what makes it good. I think he's just stubborn with a few other things. Um,
Because a lot of what
I
makes Ava good is what's good in other shows that he refuses to see. Like super detailed characters is what
yeah,
Ava has.
I understand. Again, stubborn.
It's
But
just so
uh,
impossible for me to wrap my head around. Like,
okay, to be fair, his fans are much worse.
oh, his
Much,
fans are insufferable. Oh
much,
god,
much
I can't make a
worse.
comment anywhere. I've just freaking I barred myself. Even if I see something interesting in a video and I'm like, ooh, I really want to comment, but I also don't want to deal with his fans. Like,
Yeah,
I'm yet to get a negative comment or even a dislike on a video, so I'm very content. Just like
yeah,
that's what I realized when I was watching the Lucky Star video. When I was reading, no, when I was writing it, I realized everything's pretty okay right now. When I first got into anime, all I knew was this happiness. So I really want to maintain that.
yeah. So yeah, Toradora is definitely messy, and I haven't rewatched it yet. Um, and if I do, I might downgrade the score. But what I can't deny is that everything that those characters were going through when they were going through it, and I cared for these characters because the first part of the series was so engaging.
Yeah, it does. It
Uh,
definitely earns your interest.
yeah,
So,
it earns it, and you feel it when they're going along. Um, I I think the dub is terrible.
oh,
Dub.
I didn't even. It didn't have a dub when I watched it, so I didn't even
Oh,
like take note of it. By the time it
yeah,
came
but
out, I pretty much just stopped watching dubs. So
see,
I've pretty much
yeah,
ignored its existence.
yeah. See, when I was trying to okay, so I watched it subtitled, and then the streaming site I had a bunch of broken videos after that, so I couldn't find it. And what I ended up doing was going to other streaming sites, found I couldn't play it on my PS3, which was the only device I had until I got a computer. Um, and I couldn't find any streaming site that would work for me. So then I found it on YouTube and it was dubbed. And I'm like, oh yeah, it'll probably be fine. And it wasn't. I hated it.
They pretty much just reused the same voice actors that you've heard in a thousand other things, and
No,
it was also just
it was,
terrible casting. Like, what were they
I think,
thinking?
yeah, it was terrible casting, but everyone is praising the dub, so maybe I'm just dumb.
Yeah,
And
I
I have,
have no idea. I've zoned out of that
yeah,
industry, that little market. I'm okay
and
with the voices in Japanese. I'm good.
that's the end of the 10 list. But I will like of the things I've completed. But I would like to mention the things I have on hold, which is Nichijou. Uh, I after a while it was like, okay, maybe I should save this for another time when I'm in the mood for it.
Yeah,
Uh,
Nishio is fantastic, but you cannot
yeah,
marathon it. It took me months to finish it. It's
yeah,
impossible to marathon. The show has no characters. It has no arcs. There's no evil Mortys. Nothing like that. So
yeah.
it's impossible to marathon.
Yeah. And the things I have dropped are Aquarion Evil, Ergo Proxy, Plastic Memories, Robotics Notes, and Show by Rock, which I
Oh,
dropped on the
Shadow Rock
first
sucked.
I dropped it on the first episode because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just
Yeah, and
gonna,
it hurts your brain. It's an
but,
assault on the brain.
yeah, before it gets messy, I just want to go. And I'm just gonna add this right now. I'm gonna add Touch, which is basically about, it's a 70 or 80s TV show that a lot of people liked, and I can't get into it.
Mm.
I feel bad about dropping it. This does not come without heartache, but I
You can
guess we're.
still watch it if you want. Like you can
I
always
can
just watch
still
something you
watch it.
dropped.
I can still watch it, but I don't want to. Is the
Oh, well
thing.
then it should be
If
okay.
I
Then it's all good.
Yeah, if I don't want to watch a series, I'm just gonna drop it.
Yeah, but that's the thing that I've told Digi before. You can't. He. It's weird because you won't. If there's good to be found in this show, like a lot of my favorite shows didn't. And my cousins do this too all the time. A lot of my favorite shows I didn't care for when I started watching them. But then sometimes as late as 10 episodes in, it all clicks, and I'm like, oh god, this show's fantastic. That's how I felt about Hibike Euphonium. I was watching that alongside Ori Monogatari, and I thought Ori Monogatari was better for a while, until I realized, like, episode 8 came out of Hibike Euphonium, which everyone agrees is like
Yes.
the greatest thing ever. And then I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, what have we got here? Like, it's all been building up to something. So I was like, sometimes if people say enough good things and those people know what you like, then sometimes you have to relent and put yourself through a few dull episodes. At least that's what
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. I hear Hyoko's like that too, but
Oh, I can't
uh,
stand Yoko. Oh god.
I liked the first 3 episodes. Those were pretty great. Uh, I liked them.
I don't understand how the same studio that made shows like K-On! And and Hibike Euphonium can put out a show where what the characters are saying is completely uninteresting. Like
I
every mystery the character. Oh wow,
I
we're running out
think
of
it's
time.
less.
We have like 40 seconds left. Anyway, I'm gonna blitz my list of 10 out of 10 shows. Tonari no Totoro, Kino's Journey, Evangelion 1.0, Michiko to Hachin, Clan After Story, The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, K-On! Season 2, and K-On! Movie. So anyway, closing thoughts in these last 30
Uh,
seconds?
Bitches.
Oh, yes. Indeed. And anyway, the thing is, what's the moral of this? Don't grade shows based on your actual opinion. Don't listen to
Yeah.
that anime snob. Don't listen to Gigguk, and don't listen to Gloss Reflection. They're all insane. Mal is a joke, and IGN kill yourself. And that's the end of that.